Welcome to Phoenix Real Estate Market TV, your one-stop destination for all things real estate. Join me as I take you on a tour of some of the most stunning properties on the market. From luxury homes to cozy cottages, we've got it all. Whether you're in the market to buy or just looking for inspiration, Phoenix Real Estate Market TV has something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and let us showcase the best properties the market has to offer. Are you ready to take the next step in your real estate journey? Contact us now and schedule a private viewing of the properties featured on today's show by following the QR code. Our experienced agents will be more than happy to show you around and answer any questions you may have. Don't miss out on this opportunity to see your dream home in person. Don't wait any longer. Call us now or visit our website to schedule your viewing today.
Playing with rockets is great when you're a kid. But when it's time to get a mortgage, you quickly realize that a Rocket is complicated and expensive. It's best to work with an independent mortgage broker instead. They're dedicated to getting you a home loan faster and more affordably. And they're more than just mortgage experts. They live right in your own neighborhood, so you don't have to go it alone. For mortgages that are faster, easier, and more affordable, find a local independent mortgage broker near you.
Don't wait any longer to find your dream home. Visit our website now by following the QR code, fill out the lead capture form to receive personalized recommendations, and connect with one of our experienced real estate agents. They will help you find the perfect property that fits your needs and budget. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Act now and take the first step toward home ownership. Let's start your property search today.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start with your local independent mortgage broker. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's cheaper, faster, and easier is to talk to us first. Find your perfect mortgage match. Call us today.
Are you ready to take the next step in your real estate journey? Contact us now and schedule a private viewing of the properties featured on today's show by following the QR code. Our experienced agents will be more than happy to show you around and answer any questions you may have. Don't miss out on this opportunity to see your dream home in person. Don't wait any longer. Call us now or visit our website to schedule your viewing today.
Playing with rockets is great when you're a kid. But when it's time to get a mortgage, you quickly realize that a rocket is complicated and expensive. It's best to work with an independent mortgage broker instead. They're dedicated to getting you a home loan faster and more affordably. And they're more than just mortgage experts. They live right in your own neighborhood, so you don't have to go it alone. For mortgages that are faster, easier, and more affordable, find a local independent mortgage broker near you.
Don't wait any longer to find your dream home. Visit our website now by following the QR code, fill out the lead capture form to receive personalized recommendations, and connect with one of our experienced real estate agents. They will help you find the perfect property that fits your needs and budget. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Act now and take the first step toward home ownership. Let's start your property search today.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start with your local independent mortgage broker. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's cheaper, faster, and easier is to talk to us first. Find your perfect mortgage match. Call us today.
Don't wait any longer to find your dream home. Visit our website now by following the QR code, fill out the lead capture form to receive personalized recommendations, and connect with one of our experienced real estate agents. They will help you find the perfect property that fits your needs and budget. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Act now and take the first step toward home ownership. Let's start your property search today. That concludes another episode of Phoenix Real Estate Market TV. I hope you enjoyed taking a tour of some of the most beautiful properties on the market. Remember, if you're in the market to buy or want to schedule a viewing, our experienced agents are here to help. Don't hesitate to reach out and contact me personally. I'll be back next week with another exciting episode showcasing even more properties that you won't want to miss. Until then, tell your friends about the show and keep dreaming of your perfect home. Hello, Jason Bates here, owner of Electrum Financial, located right here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona, where a mortgage is not a flip of the coin. If you like the lowest rates at the lowest cost, then allow me to put my 30 years of experience to work for you. You've got nothing to lose. Here is this week's mortgage market at a glance. Back on February 3rd, the last jobs report sent rates screaming higher. It was the biggest market mover of the month, and traders have been anticipating the March 10th installment ever since. When it finally arrived, an unexpected guest stole the show. The Department of Labor issues the employment situation early each month, frequently referred to simply as the jobs report. No other monthly economic data is so consistent when it comes to influencing interest rates. Employment data affects rates because jobs are the heart of the economy, driving growth and speaking to inflation. That is why I've said I'm sticking to it. Mortgage rates in 2023 will be determined by employment data and wage growth. Economic growth and inflation are the two biggest inputs for interest rates. The jobs report happened to be doubly important this week as markets sought clarity after last month's extremely strong reading. Adding to the anticipation, in Tuesday's Senate testimony, Fed Chair Powell called out the jobs data as one of the only two key reports that would have a bearing on the size of the next rate hike. All that to say, all eyes were on the jobs report on Friday morning. It would have taken a shocking event such as a massive natural disaster, a major military escalation involving the U.S., or an unexpected failure of a very large financial institution. A high-profile bank failure is exactly what happened. #timing. While Silicon Valley Bank wasn't even a tenth of the size of Chase or Bank of America, it was nonetheless the 16th largest bank in terms of assets, bigger than household names like Morgan Stanley and KeyBank. There are multiple accounts of the events leading to SVB's collapse, but all of the timelines are best measured in hours. Concerns began to swirl on Thursday, but really came to a head on Friday morning when the stock price continued to plummet. Before noon Eastern Time, the FDIC announced the seizure of SVB's assets. Now, back on Tuesday, the average market participant would have scoffed at the idea of a top 20 failure happening in such a precipitous way by the end of the same week. Suddenly, it was a reality, and that raised immediate questions involving words like contagion and systemic risk. Pundits harkened back to the events leading up to the great financial crisis of 2008. And while the present situation is unequivocally different, it still had a big impact on markets at the end of the week. When it comes to markets, stocks and bonds are the two team captains. Investors tend to buy stocks when they are more open to risk in exchange for higher returns. They tend to move away from risk by buying bonds, which offer a lower return, but on predetermined terms that won't improve if the market improves. This divergent risk/reward relationship means that investors often sell stocks to buy bonds and vice versa, depending on the level of risk they want to take on. Now, recently, however, it has been the norm to see stocks and bonds win and lose in unison due to the market's focus on the Federal Reserve. The underlying premise is simple. A friendly Fed is a rising tide that lifts all boats. Stocks and bonds both improve when the Fed is dovish. On a chart, this would look like stock prices moving higher and bond yields moving lower. Conversely, when the Fed is hawkish, stocks would drop and bond yields would rise. Either way, the two lines would be in lockstep. That's exactly what happened in the weeks leading up to this one. In fact, the traditional pattern hasn't been very common since the beginning of 2022. That all changed at the end of this week as markets locked in to an old-fashioned flight to safety, which is sell stocks, buy bonds. The impulse was so strong on Friday that the only hotly anticipated jobs report was reduced to second fiddle. We're left to merely guess at what its impact might have been in the absence of the bank failure. There's no way to know for sure because headline jobs creation was much stronger than expected but lower than last time. Additionally, wage growth cooled and unemployment ticked up. Both would be good for rates and bonds. Now, on a side note, how can we have strong job creation and higher unemployment? Part of that reason is that more workers re-entered the workforce, but that's not enough to account for the discrepancy. The bigger reason is that the unemployment rate is determined by a survey of American households where respondents provide their own job status, whereas job creation headline comes from a survey of businesses who report the number of workers on payroll. They are frequently mixed signals between the two. Between Fed Chair Powell's congressional testimony earlier in the week and Friday's bank news, the outlook for the Fed's next rate hike shifted sharply both directions by roughly equal amounts. Powell made markets expect a higher Fed funds rate, and all of those expectations were erased by the end of the week. It's important to keep scaling in mind here. The chart apparently shows a big move, but it wouldn't even have been enough for the Fed to hike rates by any more than the 0.25% markets had been expecting before Powell's testimony. Things change when you look at expectations for meetings later in the year. Simply put, traders saw the Fed hiking to just under 5.5% at the start of the week, just under 5.7% after Powell, and then down to 5.2% on Friday. The previous chart refers to the Fed funds rate, which applies to overnight lending among large institutions. Mortgage rates are not directly dictated by the Fed funds rate, but in general, when markets shift to expect lower Fed funds rates in the future, mortgage rates also tend to move down. This week was no exception, but the mortgage market didn't move nearly as much as other parts of the rate market. There are two reasons for this. First, U.S. Treasuries always do better than mortgage market amid these sorts of flights to safety. Secondly, Silicon Valley Bank had large holdings of mortgage-backed securities, the bonds that underlie and dictate the mortgage rate environment. The issue here isn't as much about concern over the quality of the bonds as concern about additional supply of mortgage-backed securities hitting the market. Remember, higher supply equal higher rates, all other things being equal. So what's next? Well, from here, the market turns its attention to the next consumer price index, the only other monthly economic report in the same league as the jobs report. As I've stated before, the Fed wanted to see the jobs report and CPI before deciding on the size of the next rate hike. Markets clearly think the bank failure news will serve as evidence that the Fed's restrictive monetary policies are now causing substantial damage to sectors of the economy beyond the obvious, like housing. Make no mistake about it, the failure of Silicon Valley Bank is in large part due to the policies of the current administration and to Powell's hawkish approach to raising rates at an alarming pace over the past year. The Fed is now in its blackout period. This refers to the 12 days leading up to any Fed announcement where Fed members abstain from public comment on policy. This leaves financial markets to guess at how the data will impact the decision, thus potentially increasing volatility. Of course, CPI is only the big to-do if there aren't any other big news surprises this week. In other words, are other bank assets exposed in a certain way due to last week's bank failure? Will banks see more demand for withdrawals than they can handle simply because investors are nervous, also known as bank runs? Never say never. But to an infinitely greater extent than was the case the last time a top 20 bank folded, significant domino effects would be a surprise. So there you have this week's mortgage market at a glance. If you'd like to know more, reach out to me. I'd like to meet you. Thanks for watching, and if you're looking to purchase or refinance a home in Arizona, I'd like to be your broker of choice. Until next time, take care and stay safe.